Nice to see you tonight. Just want to go over a few points that we discussed during tonight's session. Really just going over the similar sort of things that we discussed in your last lesson. Just looking at your swing plane, going over that shoulder turn, and again just trying to stay a little bit more centred during that golf swing. So we look at here, the video on the left hand side is the red line there is just showing you your ideal swing plane. As explained, as you're taking that golf club back, we want you to ideally turn that left shoulder underneath your chin and continue that body turn to allow your hands to be in a much lower position, or this backswing in a flatter swing plane. You see, as you take the club back, really good at that point, and then you start to lift that golf club up into the air. Your left arm then becomes trapped under your chin, and then you'd start to lift up your head as well at the same time. At the top of your backswing, you see that your hands are quite high, and now from that position you're having to change the position of your hands to try and get back into that golf ball, but again the swing plane there is still a little bit too steep. You want it to be a little bit more sort of parallel to that line there down into your golf ball. What that's going to do, that's going to create a position or a delivery of the golf club from inside the golf ball line and then down your target. You see there, you're just a little bit steep as the club gets out in front of you and then works into that golf ball from an outside to in path, creating that face spin. That shot there started off fairly straight, but then within slightly that movement across, or the club face that's open to your swing path, will create the fade spin that's going to take that ball a little bit to the right of your target. So a swing plane there, or a better shoulder turn, where your left shoulder is turning underneath your chin and you're allowing your body to dictate where your hands are going to be at the top of your backswing. So we're looking for a position where your hands are sort of similar to where they are at the start of your downswing. That's the position where you change them into, and then you can drop a little bit more inside of that on the way back down to the golf ball. So have a quick look here at Megan on the right hand side. Now she takes the club a little bit more on the inside than yourself, and she takes the club back a little bit flatter, whereas you take the club back a little bit more upright, so you're actually lifting your arms up, whereas Megan keeps the arms a little bit more inside and a bit behind herself. But when she starts a downswing, just like yourself, you have a little bit of a change in direction, and she moves her hand and her club perfectly back on plane. You see now that red line there going straight down to a golf ball. That's indicating that she is perfectly now on plane to deliver that club from a nice position, slightly on the inside of that golf ball, and then she releases the club and the ball starts nicely down the target. So again there, she's just a little bit inside, but then she reroutes the club at the top, back on plane. She comes into that golf ball, delivering the club from an inside path, allowing her to hit the ball down the target. So for yourself, again, just keep working on that shoulder turn, allowing those hands and club to work a little bit flatter and a bit more around your body there, so they're not in a position where they're too high up. So we said we worked on your extension. We've realised that you're trying to reach a little bit too far, which again is creating, and you're trying to get your hands too high up, which is creating this position that you're getting yourself into. So just allow your arms and your shoulders to rotate naturally and to find a much better position at the top and a much flatter position to allow you to swing around the correct swing plane. So looking here at top right, again we just looked about keeping yourself more centred during the golf swing. So I popped a circle there around your head just to indicate how much movement you've got. And again, as we talked about, that extending is your arms on the backswing. You can see there you're trying to stretch, which is making you move to the right hand side a little bit too much during that backswing. And again, as we said, the more you move to the right, then the more you've got to adjust and move to the left on the downswing to create that consistent strike. During this swing, you hit the ground first, so you hit the ball a little bit heavy. But again, as we have a look at your downswing, and when we come to impact, all your weight there is on the right hand side, and your head is just to the right or just outside of that circle. Again, which changes the bottom of your golf swing and moves it back behind the golf ball, which is again where you struck the mat on that occasion. So again, we got you doing a couple of drills. One's with your head against the wall, so it's fixed at a point. So then you're working on the rotation of your shoulders without the swaying of your body, moving to the right hand side, so you stay more centred during the golf swing. Also, we got you to work on a couple of drills to try and get you to turn your body a little bit more rather than swaying as much as you did, and trying to extend your arms a little bit more than you need to. So we got you there doing a drill where you had your head fixed on the wall and you had your feet together. And again, because you've got a very there's not much centre of balance, when you're making that turn, any sort of swaying, you were finding yourself that you was losing balance. So that's going to again keep your shoulders and your hips turning and working properly together without you actually trying to sway off that centre line. And so keep working on those drills. If you've got any problems, just give me a call. But good luck with it, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.